Gemstones and Whiskey, an Outlander podcast. I'm Ashley Alexandra.
And I'm Reena Ezra.
And this is Season 2, Episode 8, The Fox's Lair.
We are playing it after the opening credits right now.
Okay, so
Ooh,
we have some beautiful shots of Scotland.
This whole episode is about swiper not swiping. Oh my god, Dora the Explorer Fox. Sorry, wow, that was, I pat myself on the back. Wow. That was really good.
And it's rare that I can't be there for a reference. And I was like, I don't understand. Okay, so this is really lovely. What a nice little, reintroduction to Scotland.
Yes.
They're, doing little close-ups on, the water wheel and,
the house, right, bro.
Potatoes!
Potatoes!
Look, Jenny listened.
Yes, Jenny, we are back with Jenny. I love Jenny.
Because remember when they parted in the woods, Claire's like, hey, listen, I don't know when I'm going to see you again, but, you maybe think about planting potatoes. Jenny's like, all right. And Jamie said you might say weird things, but that I should just listen. So I guess I will.
Also, potatoes give you a lot of great nutrients.
I learned from The Martian that you could live on potatoes alone.
Sweet potatoes, in particular, are also very, very good for you. And everyone's just like, oh, it's bad, it's a lot of starch, but they have a lot packed in them.
Yeah.
That is very, very, very nutritious. Also, what is the Brocktora? This is the castle household is called
Lallybroch.
Lallybroch. Why did I just say Brock? Because that's their last name.
No, that's their title. That's his title. Brocktora.
Lallybroch.
All right, this is nice. Okay, so
they're kissing.
The gang's all here. Okay, first of all, Jenny and Ian's kids are all grown up, so there's that.
Yeah.
There's more of them. They're older.
He's still got a peg leg.
Jamie and Claire are super in love, kind of like honeymoon phase again.
Yeah.
Super cutesy, kissing at the table. Murtaugh's back from Portugal or wherever he was sailing to.
Right.
Love to see Ian. Good to see you.
Yeah. I said peg leg.
Don't talk about my show husband like that.
I'm sorry. Also, it's cute that they brought gifts for they brought books of poetry from France. I mean, if you're gonna come back from France, you might as well bring stuff. Come on.
Right. And this is about where the happiness ends. So
we're not even
got literally 2.5 minutes. All right, fine.
Not even.
Oh, right.
That's the opening credits.
Take out opening credits and the recap.
So it's probably
2.5
minutes in. Yeah.
Of happiness, and so essentially they got a letter saying, "Hey, man, we're probably gonna start a rebellion soon, and so you're gonna join us, right?" And now Jamie has to worry about that. So obviously everything that they were in France to stop
didn't work. We knew that plan sucked.
Still happening.
Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
All their effort for nothing.
Yeah. So this is stressful.
And obviously the British Army is quite large.
Oh, and I'm sorry. My apologies. The letter, what he opened was actually an announcement that was essentially produced, I guess, by Bonnie Prince Charlie's people, being sent to all of the different little
Scottish villages?
Yeah, villages, whatever territories, saying, hey, listen, a rebellion's coming and these people have agreed to participate, and they put Jamie's name on it. Which, Jamie, if it was current days, Jamie could sue and say, excuse me, sir, I did not sign that.
Right, but it's not. And a lot of laws haven't even been established. So anything goes.
So essentially the issue now is now his name is attached to this rebellion and they're going to be seen as traitors.
Yep.
So there is no choosing sides. A side has been chosen for him.
Yep. So Claire immediately goes into, they both immediately go into planning mode.
Of course.
She's like, what about the colonies? What about Ireland? And he's like, leave my family here behind.
And not just family, all his people. Again, he does take his title seriously, and I think a part of him would really love to just be at Lallybroch.
Sure, we would love that too. We finally want him to get a chance. Every time he comes back home.
What about an alternate universe where they're just a sitcom?
Yeah,
And
yes.
it's called Outlandish instead of...
Yes. I don't know if you mentioned that before.
Oh, did I?
I don't know, but it's such a fabulous idea.
He enters the rooms like Kramer.
Yeah, yes, I love this. Yes. Is there a laugh track?
Yeah, of course. No, there's a live studio audience.
Even better. Yeah, God, what a different show that would be. We have to also, like, the first thing I was thinking when this episode started and we saw Jenny, I was like, she was able to have like 5 kids, right. And Claire can't even have one. I don't know why that was the first thing that went through my head, but and now they are, anyway, back to present matters. So Jamie is talking about fighting for his family, right? Which would mean fighting Prince Charles and fighting for Scotland. And
no,
not fighting against Scotland.
No one's fighting against Scotland. They're fighting against the British. So it's
I know, but I'm saying, like, Jamie takes it as he's fighting for his homeland.
Oh, right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Sorry.
But, yeah, I don't, I just, like, you know, Claire's tearing up, like, this is, oh my God, just every time, like, this is so hard, the fact that you're going to have to...
Can they just live? Please.
Because it is, because, like, anytime somebody goes to battle, like, it's, people die.
I
like,
wouldn't survive. We might have had this same conversation. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. But
no, it's fine, but we should
with
definitely
my anxiety,
we should come out with a new video. We have to come out with a new video on Instagram about, like,
how anxious would you be? On a scale of 1 to 10. All the different scenarios.
Yeah. Yes, oh my God.
No, but like my husband going off to war?
Yeah.
No, yeah. I wouldn't survive. I'd be like, please put me out of my misery. Someone slit my throat, please.
Oh my God.
No, I would be way too anxious.
That's major.
I don't know. I mean, probably.
Wouldn't
survive.
you? I mean,
just like give me like 2 weeks and then maybe I'll adjust.
But you know what? Yeah, you know, if your like husband had to go off and fight in battle, like I would be that friend and be like, oh my God, come on, let's go take a bunch of nudes. Like let's take you in a room.
When in Scotland.
Let's like put you like in a bear rug, whatever. Let's take pictures, or even like, I mean, if it would have to be like paintings or whatever. But like, let's take
paintings.
Let's do like, you know, portraits of you or something.
Just come quick
so
for like 5 minutes to lay in a bear rug so that
he'll get your mind off of it, right? Like, so we can send him with stuff and he'll like look at it, whatever.
Where are you gonna send it? Does that happen?
No, he's going. No, but I'm just saying, like, we give him these pictures before he leaves for battle,
preemptively, so that he could take a whole giant painting of my naked body to the barracks. Is that what you're saying? So that they can decorate the mess hall? Is that what you're suggesting? I'm not opposed to it. I just want to make sure that I understand.
I'm just gonna yes and you. No, that's not what I originally was thinking, but this is even better. When they have to go into the tent and then they have to like eat their beans. Yeah. Like there's you. Like a child.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's, I hope people are laughing along when they listen to this, or they're just like, these women find themselves so funny.
We have to do a mock-up.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. 100%.
Funny.
Anyway, keep an eye out for a video though, people, because I was just getting my brain stirring. Not for your photos, but I'm saying, like, if we had to make decisions for like going into battle and like let's say like same thing, multiple choice, and if we had to like choose things or whatever, because you were very like witty and fun with your answers. So
thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
no pressure.
See, you check out our last video on Instagram when we had of season 1. We still have to do one for season 2. We do a video each season. So, it's gonna be loads of fun. And his shirt's off. Yeah, his shirt's off. And also, Jamie just, like, kind of sheepishly, You're distracted by them kissing? No. You just lost your train of thought? No, the issue was I wasn't fully paying attention because we were talking about a giant naked painting of me in the 1800s. But now we're getting steamy. Is she wearing pants? No.
boots?
Oh, no, she's
Stockings.
Oh.
No, but I think Jamie just said that his dad was a bastard, I think.
Oh.
And, like, he was, like, all embarrassed, and Claire's like, bro, I don't care. Like, none of that matters. And, of course, Jamie's like, yeah, I know, but still.
I love he just lays her down on the bed.
Yeah,
and then
I'm
fades
disappointed, honestly.
Fades to black. I know. We were expecting
I don't love that, actually.
Yeah. After all we've went through.
Come on, you can't give me something?
Let's take it up with the writers. I don't know. We'll write a very strongly worded letter. So, she feels the side of the bed and Jamie's not there. That makes me mad. Like, if we don't have cuddle time, and, like, yes, do I demand it a lot? Sure. But...
You shouldn't have to demand. It should be...
Like, even if you have to, like...
Should be implied.
Even if you have to, like, get up for work the next morning, like, always set a... Like, it's just... Like, you have to cut... Like, especially... We're in the winter, people. It's December. Do you know how cold a room can get?
Yeah, so I also feel like, for me, there's also, like... it needs to be face-to-face for a period of time. Because I know. Because also I love me some good pillow talk before I go to bed.
Yes.
So, like, for me, if we're cuddling a different way, it doesn't count until we cuddle face to face.
Oh, got you. Okay.
So that we can go to bed.
Got you.
Yeah.
So, we were just saying about Jamie holding one of Jenny's kids, like the infant, the baby.
Yeah, so Claire wakes up, Jamie's not in bed, she, like, gets up to kind of see what's going on.
That's fine if we don't do cuddle time because you're holding someone's baby, like, that's fine.
And so Jamie's, like, she's overlooking from, like, the hallway.
Banister thingy.
Yeah, and he's down holding, like, speaking Gaelic to this cute little baby. And so Jenny comes out, and, she's like, yeah, it's cute, right? And, like, you can always talk to babies, even when you, like, don't really know what you're trying to say, and, like, they're good listeners, and you can really get stuff out, and Jamie has a lot to say.
Yeah.
That has to be, like, very sweet, and also kind of heartbreaking for Claire, like,
true.
Look at those little fingers.
True. Yeah, true, because, like, you're seeing what Jamie could have had as a father, and again, Claire thinking of, like, oh, I couldn't provide this. And he, like, they know they both would be, like, such amazing parents. But Jamie doesn't look at it that way, as just, like, oh, you know, he's not spiteful, that's for sure.
Also, I'm unclear if Jenny knows that they lost
She doesn't.
a baby.
I don't think she does.
You don't think so? I think maybe there would have been letters written, right?
I don't know if Claire is ready to talk about it. I think that's why. I don't, because I feel like they would have showed at least Jenny and her talking about it or saying something.
But I think if they...
Is she ready to open up already to, like, to a person that's not Jamie?
I was thinking that they probably would have been writing letters to each other when they were in France. Just
sure,
like households to each other, not necessarily
I get that.
Claire and Jenny.
But that did happen right before they left. Right? They did, like, she had her pregnancy loss, and then finding out that he was pardoned, all of that. That was kind of very in a short time period. And now they're in Scotland. That was the last episode they were in France, and now they're here.
I just meant the whole time the whole time they were in France. They probably...
No, I understand. So, I get that, which they did, but I just...
mentioned that she was pregnant during that time, and then they returned not... Meaning, I don't think they talked about it.
They probably would have told them she's pregnant. You're right. I
right?
completely forgot
so, like,
about
not that they had a conversation about it, but, like, I'm assuming that they would have known she was pregnant and then showed up not with
I didn't even think about that. You're absolutely right.
I'm
sorry for arguing about that.
Yeah, that's okay.
No, yeah, wow, also, they're
terrible fight.
They definitely would have known about Fergus.
Right?
Yeah. They're like, who's this?
Yeah, right? They're like, how long were you gone for?
Yeah, that's true. And look at Fergus, so already like this Scottish scarf.
I know.
Like, just so suited for
like
Scotland.
In it.
He's so in it.
It's very cute.
Yeah, he's a boy that knows how to travel. He's so well adjusted. Being a kid that young age, like that
he's
young,
been exposed to a lot.
Yo, and people are he's like able to really help around the house.
He's very mature.
He is. He absolutely is.
So now they're going to talk to Jamie's grandfather to try and get him to agree to fight for the rebellion as well. Because now their new plan... Well, I'm not quite sure what their new plan is at the moment.
Me neither.
Is it to now, like, rally as many people as possible so that they have a better chance?
I believe, yes, Jamie already took this stance to defend his home and his family and not be with the British, not be on the the Britain side for this. So I feel like they are trying to, I feel like we're back at square one, honestly, pulling in more resources, trying to get more people on our side.
Yeah.
Still an uphill battle because Scotland versus Britain, like, Britain has so much more power, like, you know, like, and numbers and, you know, more men on their side and more like money. So yeah, I also, this is putting Claire back into the headspace where she knows what happens with the, like, if they're fighting this battle again, she knows the winning side and the losing side. Like, well, I just don't like.
But again, I think it's that idea of like maybe we can change history.
Yes, yeah, it's hope. Yeah, yeah. She still feels like there's a possibility and a chance. Yeah, yeah.
I was just about to give a spoiler, so we can talk about this another time. So, okay, so who shows up? So they're at Jamie's grandfather's house, castle, whatever. Who shows up? But, what's his name? Colum Mackenzie, who does not look great.
He's got light hair.
I mean, he's gotten older. And also he has some physical problems that probably have gotten worse as well. Because I think he's also not supposed to, like...
He hasn't had Claire massaging his back.
That's right.
Right? To help his aches.
Also, we would be so drunk if we were playing the Santa hat.
Oh my god, yes. My decorations in my living room, people, I have a Santa hat in each corner of the screen.
And, like, you could play a drinking game where anytime you watch something, if it matches up with a person's head, then you drink. And it's been on Claire's head, like, the whole episode. Yeah. So, Colin's like, yeah, man, listen, I am here to tell your grandfather to do the opposite of what you're here to tell your grandfather to do, so you should probably just go home.
Great. God forbid anything's easy.
Yeah.
And, where's Dougal? What's he been up to? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, wait, who's this? Oh, we finally meet the grandfather, right. Because we have not physically seen him.
Nope.
Yet. We have not been introduced to him.
No, we've really, like, just heard about him.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. First time meeting Claire.
And he's like, wow, I really thought you'd have better sense in choosing a wife. You got a British woman? Great.
So he's pleasant.
Yeah,
so
and he's like, well, you are a son of a bastard, so... wow, great. He really dressed up for the occasion, too.
Yeah. And he just immediately dismisses Claire and is like,
like,
time for us to talk politics.
You have a vagina, you may leave.
Like, dude, did you just appear episode 8 of season 2? Claire's been in this since season 1, episode 1. This story's about her. But she leaves.
Why
anyway,
is your TV alerting us to the fact that it's muted? Like, yeah, bitch, we muted it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Has it always done that? I don't know. Sorry, I know this is not fun commentary for
I don't
listeners.
know. Maybe it's a reminder. The TV's like, are you sure you don't want to hear this?
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, maybe it only does it when someo's speaking, but
no, it's still blinking.
Okay, so guess who else is here?
Yeah, I forgot about her.
Jesus, the joys of returning to Scotland. Yes. Larry is back. She was brought essentially as like a maid to Colum, And she's like, oh, Miss Claire. And she's like on her knees and she's like, I am so terribly sorry for what I did to you and how I hurt you. And please, I just hope that, you'll forgive me. And
do you believe her?
Never.
Really?
Not
because like for this
one
instance,
ounce.
I'm like, oh, is she really being sincere? Because let's remind you, folks,
no.
she
Okay,
was
I'm
there
sorry. Let's
during.
back up. Whether she's sincere or not, I don't give a shit. Is how I'll phrase that.
So she was there during Claire's witch trial, and actually
she was
caused
the
it.
reason
Yeah, caused
that
it.
Claire was
stirred all this up. She put the little voodoo toy under their bed. Remember that? And also, Claire also doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because she's not accepting her apology.
Claire's like, I wish they burned you so I could dance on your ashes.
Yeah, but then Claire's like, I don't hate you. I pity you.
Ooh, that's
total
good.
like
that's
mean
good.
girl status.
That would mean nothing to a man. He would not care. To a woman, you're like, excuse me?
Yeah, we use our words.
Wow.
We use our words. So
look at those crocodile tears Larry's got.
She's really crying though.
She really looks like she's crying, yeah.
I don't know. A piece of me really thinks she's trying here.
Yeah, she's really over dramatically crying. Like, as in to put on a show or
well,
something.
time will tell. Time will tell if Larry is actually changed. And her name's still Larry. Leedy.
So now Claire's like, listen, I don't know, I ran into her. She says she's sorry. I don't know. Maybe we should forgive her. What do you think?
Are they about to go to dinner?
I think so.
Or they're talking about dinner
with
their grandfather?
I would like dinner.
Right now?
No. I mean, yeah, always. But,
food always.
Did I tell you I'm very into Indian food now?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Any specific dishes?
Well, pre-COVID, I just didn't like the taste of curry, and I kept trying because I wanted to be cool. And then, now that my taste is different because of COVID, I, absolutely love it. And there's a good Indian takeout place by work. And I've gotten it, at least once a week.
Ooh, scrumptious.
Yeah, I'm not, fancy. I don't try, fancy things.
What do you mean?
I don't try, cool,
that's fancy. What is that?
different dishes. I get, the basic bitch one.
Well,
tikka masala.
I don't think there's ever an issue ordering the same thing if you know what you like.
Yeah,
and you know
right.
it can't go wrong. Because I've done that. You go to a restaurant, you're like, I'm going to try something new.
Yeah,
you try it, and you're like, I should have never done this.
I know, yeah.
I should have stuck with what I know.
You're right.
And
then you never forgive yourself.
Never. Right now, I obviously still have fresh emotions.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it?
No, it's okay.
Was it scallops?
Scallops?
Kidding.
No, I like scallops.
Me too.
No, I've definitely processed. I'm very intrigued with the dinner that's happening in this scene.
Sorry, yeah, we're here to talk about it.
Because we're all, Jamie is telling Colum that, oh shoot, whose name did he just say? And I completely blanked.
I don't know, I'm sorry.
You're good. He's talking about the prince being certain about, or the French.
Okay, so essentially,
I think the French is just
so he's
giving
essentially listen, man, it's gonna be different this time. The French, they're really gonna help us. They're gonna give us resources and men. And it's gonna happen. Right, and then everyone else literally laughs at him.
Yeah. So Jamie thinks the French is really going, coming to their aid, and
they're like, oh, stupid little boy.
Yeah. Well, so he says the Jacobite army is 1,000 men strong, which 1,000, that's it? That's not a lot. When I hear that, I mean, I don't and then also while they're having this conversation, we have Larry going around the table and she's giving people wine, pouring wine for everybody. And Claire's keeping an eye on her, and then this dude stands up.
That is Jamie's.
I don't know, who's he in relation to?
Uncle?
The young kid?
Yeah, because that is his grandfather's son, I think. Or is this his uncle? No, it's his grandfather, right?
I didn't know
it's
it was
his
grandfather's son.
Yeah. And so... okay, so here's
and they're also saying that he thinks the British are 30,000
right. Here's what happened.
Strong.
The younger guy that just decided to speak up, I think has a crush on Larry.
Yes.
And so he was trying to like show off and be like, well, I think it's a great idea. Yeah.
And then like, where do you get this information?
And they're like, what's your name again? And like, how many wars have you fought in? Oh, none? Got it. So now he sits down all embarrassed.
Yeah, and then the grandfather continues being a creeper, and then he grabs, because he knows the young chap likes Larry, and then he grabs Larry's arm and like rubs his finger in her face or whatever. And like, while they're having this whole political talk, men always do this, or in these seasons, I'm saying, of this show, the characters still like play mind games with each other of like, oh, you like this woman, I have this woman, or blah blah blah, all while they're trying to have some sort of political intelligent conversation. But then they still like do anything to piss the other one off. Anyway, I don't know how useful that dinner was, because I think, bottom line, Column's not going to support them. Although, you know, Dougal Mackenzie has still not been introduced in this scene, but they've just kept talking about him. If Colin won't support them, like, are they going to Dougal? Like, do they think Dougal Mackenzie is going to support? Because we know how much he hates the British.
Yes, no, of course he's going to support. But it's also who's going to follow him. He's not in his role anymore.
Jamie. Dougal. Or no, Dougal, you're talking about. Yes.
Like,
yeah, where's his posse at?
Dougal has his posse, and he'll have, like, deserters, essentially, who don't follow their, like, lords within the different areas of Scotland. But
that's
it's
not
like
enough men, yeah.
No, like, Colin could raise...
Yes. Yeah.
The banners and have a lot of men fight.
I know, but that, like, how sad. What, your last-ditch effort is Dougal, who you guys don't even like, and, like, who you know doesn't have, who's crazy, who doesn't have, like, a lot of support. I feel like they're really on, like, the losing end here right now, like, and it's just... This is just, like, a headache where I feel like they just did so much work, and, like, I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Yikes. So the grandfather is
he's a nasty man.
A woman. Yep. And we're going to find out that she is a fortune teller. Mm-hmm. Which is interesting. Mm-hmm.
Another girl with black hair. I told you, see, there's kind of like a theme
Mystic.
Here.
We both have dark hair. I don't have black hair, but...
You do. We both have dark hair.
I am a brunette at heart. I don't like...
You don't like what?
My highlights.
I think they're good. See, that's the thing. You have paler skin, so you can... Brunette. I know, but you can pull off lighter shades. Yeah, can you imagine me with highlights or lighter hair?
I would... blonde, though. Like a stark contrast. Do you know what I mean?
That's intense.
You should try it.
I want to... When I'm old, I want to rock... gray or white. Maybe my hair is just white. I don't know if I'll do. My hair. I'm already getting white strands. I don't think it'll go gray. I think it just goes white.
Oh, you're already getting white strands.
Blame it on the stress.
Oh my god! The past like 6 months, I've like quadrupled the amount of gray. I used to have like a few over here, and now I'm like, there's a lot happening.
And if you just pluck it, they just grow back.
That's why
stronger.
That's why she did highlights. Because I was like, oh, I'm getting some gray hairs. I was like, I'm not, like, whatever. And she's like, I can put in highlights, you'll never see them. And I was like, okay.
Oh, well, there you go. Also, you would rock the gray.
I want to. I want to have, like, cool stripy gray hair. You know?
Like Storm?
Yeah, I don't know if that'll happen.
She had white stripes.
Because you have to just, like, let it rock to, like, figure it out. Yeah. There's a lot of, like, awkward... It's like when you're growing out bangs.
Yeah.
Like, there's just a lot of awkward stages.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Well, we don't have to worry about that now.
No, not now.
We have, like, decades and decades and decades and decades and decades. Basically, we'll never grow old. Sorry, people.
Are we vampires?
We're witches. Oh, I was gonna say we
witches?
drank from the fountain of youth.
But here's the thing: if you're a witch, people want to kill you. If you're a vampire, no one wants to mess with you.
What do you mean? So many people try to kill vampires.
No, but I mean, like, the average person is not gonna mess.
Really?
I feel like they'd be less likely to mess with a vampire than they would mess with a witch. Because, like, a witch, there's still a thing where you're like, are you really a witch? Like, there's an element of doubt. If I'm clearly a vampire,
but
that's more threatening.
That would, like, stink to have a vampire as a friend, because anytime, like, let's say we go on a road trip.
Can't go to the beach.
Well, that's for sure. That's out. Also, you can, like, cook with garlic if you have, like, a friend. But I'm saying, like, if you go on a road trip with your vampire friend, and then you want to, like, you know, capture the moment, and you're taking photos, it's just going to be you. Your friend's never going to appear in any of the photos.
Does it work the way? Is it just mirrors?
Mirror
or no, cameras have mirrors.
The lens.
Yeah.
So therefore you won't be captured. Right. You know?
But, I mean, should we just be taking mental pictures anyway? Here's okay, listen, if we're going to talk about Road Trip with a Vampire, sequel to Interview with a Vampire.
Yeah. First we do the interview, then we do the road trip. Yes, Keep going.
Positive of that, you can't drive during the day, you can only drive at night, which means you'll get there so much faster.
But
hit
what
much
if,
less traffic.
Conundrum, right? What if, just gonna throw a little wrench into it, your vampire friend has, like, cataracts, or, like, astigmatism, or bad, like, their eyes are bad, and they can't drive at night, and that's the only time they can drive. And
well, sounds like I'm driving then, I guess, which means they're gonna have to just pay for all the gas,
okay, true, yeah.
And maybe a little extra.
Okay.
For my trouble.
We still have an issue, though.
What's that?
You're going to, I'm plant-based, and, like, I want to go...
They're blood-based?
Yeah! Like, they're just gonna order, like, bloody stuff, and, like, I mean, it's, like, harder to find a place.
No.
Depending where you go that has vegan options, but, like, they're gonna want... Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, maybe... Here's what I say. Maybe... you go to get your food and you don't ask any questions about what they're doing during that time.
Okay.
You know, like, what I don't know won't kill me type of deal.
Sure. It's still creepy. Like, what if you were friends with Jeffrey Dahmer and you're like, just don't tell me what you do on your off time?
Yeah.
Right? Vampires don't necessarily kill people, though.
Like, he's not, like, a creature. Like, a vampire can't be held to the same standards, I feel like.
Okay.
We can't discriminate against them just because they need to sustain themselves on blood. Yeah. Also, it's 2021. Can't we synthesize blood now? Like, can't we make fake blood for vampires?
True.
So that we're not in a moral conundrum?
But yeah.
3 times
you know what?
a day?
Because it is, like, bottom line, they just are anemic. They need their iron. I can relate to that. Oh my god, what if you had a female friend who is a vampire and she's also on her period? She's losing so much blood. She needs to get all that back.
Could you imagine having a period for like 500 years? Oh my god. What? Like, okay, imagine the moment.
Okay,
Imagine the moment. You're a woman, right? You get turned into a vampire, and you're trying to look at the positives, right? And you're like, wow, I mean, I'm gonna live forever. Like, I'm gonna see a lot of things.
Age, you mean? Right, because you don't.
You know,
so
you're like, wow, that's pretty amazing.
You'll never go through menopause.
No, and then you're like, oh my god, every month, for the rest of my life, which will be forever,
I'd kill myself.
I am going.
But you're already
to
dead.
Have cramps.
But you're already dead, right? Vampires are undead.
And I'm gonna need chocolate thrown at me. So you're saying since they're undead, they don't.
Well, how do you ovulate? Well, you have to.
If we have any vampire
who wants to weigh in
primary
to
care
this
physician,
very odd conversation. I just had one other question, but I forgot. Oh, I mean, if you did have a friend as a vampire, and you got into like the vampire like bar fights or something, would you always keep like a stake?
A fight with other other vampires?
A vampire, sure, but like I'm just saying, your vampire friend like just gets into a bar fight with like whoever, like real people, like would you have like a mini steak in your purse, like to stab them with, not like meat, not like steak meat, you know, like in your bag just in case, to be like, you know, like a cat, like you spray them with water.
No, like, I'm sorry, I'm not up on animal cruelty.
What do you mean? It's
no, I'm kidding.
You're just like,
I'm allergic to cats.
Bad. Me too. Okay. You're just like, no, stop, bad.
Spray those.
So then if you're just like your friend, you're just like, oh my god, you need to stop. Like,
well, a steak is really to murder them. So maybe what else? Like a cross? That's extreme. Or so holy water. You spray them with holy water. Obviously.
I went to the extreme. You're right.
Yeah. No, you just do a little spritz.
You're right.
Calm them down.
You're right.
Take a walk.
Yeah, cool off. Yeah.
Go take a nap upside down.
Would they have to go to the... You know, the thing is, in a lot of movies and TV shows, the vampires' teeth are always pristine. Mostly always pristine. At least vampires are, like...
Right, they're very white.
Going to the dentist, they don't have, like... I guess they don't get
cavities. They would be a dentist's dream, I guess.
But they, like, do you ever, like, when you're a vampire and you have, like, your baby fangs, what do they call? Do those like fall out and then you grow?
And then you have nothing. Oh, how awkward is that?
Oh,
but there's no
like
pictures.
Losing your identity. Yeah, but it's a vampire.
And everyone makes fun of
you
because you only have one fang.
Yeah, how do you bite that?
What are you gonna do with one fang?
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Lefty. You only have a left fang. You know.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something to ponder, everyone.
What a terrible summer. The summer of 1492. Wait, Columbus sailed the ocean blue? When did he sail the ocean blue?
In 1492, yeah.
What a bastard.
Yeah. What a bastard. If we've learned anything.
Why do we know that? I know why.
Because the jingle?
No, I know.
Or that's why he's a bastard?
No, I just mean that we learned that, but we don't learn other things. You know? I know
why. For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe Columbus was a vampire.
Column's hair is really bad. Sorry, there's a show happening. Is Colum trying to be Jamie?
But guys, you basically haven't missed anything. We're still in the back and forth.
There's just been a lot of men talking, and there's no reason to pay attention to it.
Such a bore.
You heard one conversation, you've heard them all.
Yeah. Well, I think back to Colum's hair issue. You know what's that thing where you like put your hair in a ponytail, but there are those strands that are too short. To be
Colum.
There's your hair color wants to be that?
It's just, we both have wavy, stringy hair.
You do, but your hair is longer, even like all the way in the front. I'm saying like he has like those weird strands in the front because I think it's the ponytail situation where you're trying to tie it. The strands are too short and they come out of the ponytail. He needs
a high pony.
Yeah. Man bun?
Yeah, a half up, half down situation.
Wow.
Very trendy.
That would look good. Yeah.
It would look like something. I'm not quite sure what.
Jamie couldn't do that. Jamie
would just... Yeah.
Jamie
could do a man bun. Season 6.
But the half up, half down. I'm saying I don't think he would really... I don't really like him to do like that.
Well, never mind.
Man bun's different than...
Well, no, we all know if... Jamie's gonna be in season 6, okay? So what I'm gonna say is, I feel like later episode Jamie has the hair, later season Jamie.
That's mad modern. Has
the hair for a half up, half down, or a man bun. Oh, I would like to see that. Okay, Claire and Jamie again had another, of their ideas, and they're like, here's what's gonna happen. Since Larry's so sorry for what she's done, we're going to make her play along with us so that she flirts with the grandfather's son and tells him what a great idea she thinks it would be for him to rally the men to join the rebellion. And so this kid is like... She's trying to talk to him and be a little flirty, and he is not.
Do you like mushrooms? No, not much.
Yeah,
no.
I think he's very nervous. He does not know how to speak to a woman. And
now he's just
doing poetry. Is it Shakespeare?
Yeah, probably. What else would it be?
I don't know. His wig is.
Yo, I was just thinking that.
It's not great. Why is it so?
I do love how she's foraging for mushrooms, though. Because I love foraging for mushrooms. When you find ones and, like, you know whether it's, like, oyster, the king oyster, I've had chicken of the woods, you see hen of the woods, and, like, you actually feel the texture, and you're just like, oh my god, it's just like this. Or, like, and you're able to, you come home, then you cook it, and you're like, I found this for free.
Forage for them?
So, in the town I live in,
yes,
I won't name names, but they're because it's the bird
in Lallybroch.
In Lallybroch, there are like woodsy areas you can just walk on, even the sidewalk actually. Yeah. Because after a rain, like now it's too cold. It happens, when it's spring, before it gets super super hot in the summer. After a good rain, you'll see a lot sprout attached to trees or right by trees, tree trunks and everything. There's also a place, Jordan and I went hiking. The name escapes me. Maybe it was Huber Woods. I don't remember what town that was in. And it's super cool because you just see, there's so many of them and there's like a whole book guide. I mean,
there's like hard, you have to be real careful.
For sure. We definitely, we've never gotten sick by anything we've foraged. And that's definitely, like, if I don't know the color or whatever it is, I think they probably have, I don't know if they have an app for it actually, but they have like Facebook groups or whatever. Because there are poisonous ones out there, and a mushroom is a fungus, so it is, food poison in a sense. And you really, like, why do you cook it down? Well, you don't eat it raw. Why you really cook it is so that you can get rid of the bad bacteria, and you have the good bacteria, and like that whole for it to basically be like deconstructed or the compost. So anyway, you can make really delicious. I put it in tacos, like really yummy stuff with it. But I haven't ones that are like super tough and definitely different colors. Like I don't trust that. Which is also so fascinating to me when like deer or rabbits or whatever, like they going around and you can see other bits and stuff like chewed off and everything, and which ones you can't eat. It's so interesting that they have mechanisms inside their bodies, so defending against that they don't get sick.
Aren't there animals that can like eat rocks and stuff?
Yeah, they would have
like
gizzards.
Their body filters.
That's why they have gizzards.
Yeah, that's
we don't have ours. That would break down sedimentary rock material. We don't. We don't have ours. We can't do that. Yeah. But that was over evolution, right? Over time, we no longer needed to. Which they think over time you will have less hair on your body because we have clothes and everything. Which I don't know how much it's gonna happen. But if you do look at Neanderthals, Homo sapiens, we were hairier creatures.
Right. I find that so interesting. And do you ever get frustrated? Like, I want to see it in my lifetime.
What?
I don't know. Something.
A mass extinction? Well, we're
no, LOL,
we're
real close.
We're in the sixth or seventh mass extinction.
No. Like,
see what?
Evolution, like, I want to see, like, a very clear... I know that's not how it works, obviously, but, like, it would be cool to be like, wow, first person born with extra long thumbs to text. Isn't that cool?
There's probably definitely stuff on the internet you can find.
I'm sure.
And there's also stuff on the Science Channel that they're discovering, like, of evolutions of other species. Like, when they're like, oh, look how smart this monkey is. It knows how to actually use these sticks as tools to crack nuts open.
Or like watching nature
birds, right? Like, birds use the same sewing techniques as we do to make a nest. Cool. Like, what? For humans... Ooh, I had to think about that for a second because we've already done cloning. Like we've done shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not natural evolution, but
stem cells.
Yes, that would be for sure. Doing a lot with stem cell research, they're able
I guess
to
maybe our minds are the evolution.
It's you're widening your consciousness in your head. Did I tell you that thing where it's like that fungus documentary or the thing about mushrooms on Netflix?
I don't know.
The documentary.
And I'll let you know if you're telling me again or not.
It's talking about where this is like the theory where early on, like Homo sapiens ate what they thought was like psychedelic mushrooms, which then connected like neurological pathways in their brains, because then they went through an experience and expanded or whatever, which is why are we more advanced beings than other species, like other mammals. They think is because, we ate psychedelic mushrooms, and then we were able to be like, oh, what am I? Who is this? What is this planet? Blah, 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 blah. Your curiosity expanded. That's cool. And therefore your search for answers, grew. So, that's quite fascinating.
That is
cool. I think humans, a lot, like you were saying, stem cell research, having cancer go into remission, and having good cells grow back into human bodies. Yeah. Like we are with our brains, I think, cracking a lot more codes for our bodies. So, kind of fascinating, people.
Yes.
And hey, you take that way back to, we're in the 1700s for Outlander. Like, what about early on, you have Aristotle, you have, oh my god, why am I blanking? The guy that starts with G.
Galileo.
Thank you.
Galileo.
Wow, what a great song that is.
It's a great song.
Super packed.
I sang it at a high school show one time, and I had a real gong that I got to hit.
What?
Yeah.
Did you do a lot of talent shows in high school?
I I was in the productions a lot. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of talent shows. I did I don't know, maybe a few. Mm. Yeah, that's really impressive. I don't know, what few.
Did you do you still have stage fright?
I never had stage fright.
Never? Wait, no, being serious. Really?
I never had stage fright. Of course you get a little rush of nerves or whatever, but no. But real you never had
that block. Oh wow, cool. So you feel you were early on almost immediately comfortable on stage.
Yes.
And that's cool. Yeah. That's neat.
I will say, typically the larger the group, the more comfortable I am, which is
Why
funny.
is that?
I don't know. I guess maybe you feel less, obviously a more intimate crowd,
ooh, yeah.
You can see people better, you're in a smaller space, you can kind of feel, I don't know.
Tighter in, I guess they're also more focused on what you're doing.
It's just something I enjoy, which is fun. I know for many people it's something
Are you more nervous, less nervous when it's friends and family come see a show versus complete strangers?
Yeah, I think higher stakes when I know friends and family are going to be there.
Same, agreed. I have the same.
But again, I typically, I just enjoy performing, so.
Fabulous. So who also enjoys performing is Claire.
Yes.
She fainted?
Okay, so here's what has been going on the screen.
She's using her voodoo, witch magic again. So the grandfather says, well, I'll agree to send you men if you sign over Lallybroch to me, which we know Jamie's not going to do. Mm-hmm. And he's like, if not, then I'll pledge my loyalty to the Mackenzies, and we won't be supporting you. So then Claire, because she, again, saw that the grandfather was working with a fortune teller, so she kind of befriended the fortune teller, and got some intel on what the fortune teller has been saying to him. And so she's now used some of that information to have this grand vision in the middle of this big meeting about what's going to happen. How daring. She's being witchcrafty, even though she's faking it, in public in front of all of these guys.
In a place where you just
escaped a trial. Yeah. Also, love how Colin's sitting at the table and just shaking his head and laughing at this. He doesn't believe a word of it. He knows Claire's making the shit up, but it's really fooling the grandfather.
Okay, so he's a cousin. So maybe that's Jamie's uncle's kid or aunt's kid or something.
The young kid is the cousin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So
it's like a Game of Thrones family tree. I can't keep track.
So he stood up to the grandfather and he's like, "Hey man, Jamie's right. We should be doing this." And also because the grandfather tried to kill Claire, by the
Yeah.
way. Like, he ran at her with a knife.
Yeah. Like we said, I mean, it's pretty bold of her to be out and about with
her fault.
her witchery.
Sure.
Like, you don't know how he's going to react.
Just live and not try and change history. When is this season over?
Soon. But I believe that did the trick because...
no, it's not.
Oh, it didn't. He's remaining neutral in the war. God, that gets me every time.
Yeah.
I'm like, he talks some sense into him. And he didn't.
No, because I think, if anything, it's mostly because the nephew stood up to him. Like, I think he does not like that. He's like, I am in charge.
He does not like being challenged.
I didn't ask you your
authority
thought.
Questioned, right?
You're a young, dumb kid.
Yep.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Damn, this kid messed everything up. She had her whole theater act down pat.
Somewhat messed it up. Because...
Well, for what we know right now in this instant, we think it's all messed up. And we are nearing the end of this episode, so I'm wondering...
So Simon's his name.
Instead of young boy, we keep calling him young lad.
This young kid, Simon the Kid, is like all packed up. He's like, I packed my bags. I'm ready to fight with you, cousin. And there's column in his legs.
So
they got a
full body shot right there.
His feet gotta be barking.
Yeah, we haven't seen his legs in a while.
Yeah. And Colum's like, listen, man, just go back to your family and, like, stop this. And then he looks at Claire and he's like, can't you convince him? Come on. Once he says something really mean,
is set in his ways, he won't change his mind.
And he's like, thank God his mother's not alive to see what a reckless fool she spawned, or something like that. Because again, Colum is his mom's brother.
Yeah. Even after, but then, like, Jamie helps him in the carriage and everything. And it's just, like, the Scots, like, can do such backhanded, mean comments to each other.
But they're family.
But they're, exactly.
When you're here, you're family.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm fully laying down. Sorry.
It's like, their reality TV show.
Yes,
like the Housewives of Lallybroch.
Yeah.
Except it's more about the men in this episode.
The real Highlanders of Lallybroch.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. And then Claire's asking for a favor.
He's like, anything, Claire, anything.
Thank you to Larry. And he's like, thank you for what? Remember that time you arrested and almost died in a witch trial? And then, as usual, he takes her word for it. She's like, I'll explain it later. And he goes and does it.
Because Claire's an idiot. Sorry, what? I didn't say that.
But,
just makes me mad. She trusts women that haven't earned her trust. Sorry.
Yeah, you really do not.
Or actually, women who have actively broken her trust.
Yeah, I mean, Larry put her in a tough position. Claire in a tough position. And she's still on, I feel like she's on, like, the 12 steps, like an alcoholic, trying to get forgiveness from people, and she says her amends and everything.
I mean, yeah, that is kind of what it seems. I mean, you tried to get a woman hanged.
Yeah.
Or burnt at the stake.
Yeah.
Burnt at the stake as a witch. Because a boy didn't like you like that.
Yeah. She's older. I don't know if she's matured. We can't tell. We don't know if this is a ploy by her or this is a game, but
I don't trust her.
You clearly
I don't like her. I don't trust her. Alright, so this is an interesting turn of events. So all of these men appear over the horizon.
Who are these men?
So essentially, what we're about to find out is the grandfather is a sneaky little snake. And so what he did was he signed the neutrality agreement with Colum to keep the peace with Colum, and then has essentially donated unofficially his men some of his men to fight for the rebellion under the nephew's name. And the story's going to be that these men chose to fight with the nephew, not that the grandfather ordered them to. So he gets to save his reputation.
Yeah.
Ugh, what a little
compromise.
Cheat.
He found like it's a
cheat,
little loophole, and you find a resolution.
That's not a compromise. He's a little cheater who can't just choose a side.
Yeah, but how is this different?
Honest.
How is this different than if you're being like a ruler and you're being diplomatic and you're trying to balance shit out and, you know...
Being diplomatic, no.
Trying to please both sides or do something or like...
He's not trying to please both. He's trying to please himself. It's all about himself. Look, it's not even... Okay, so he doesn't believe that the rebellion's gonna work. But he is donating these men to go get killed because it benefits him. Because now the people, if they happen in the 1% that they have, 1% chance, if they happen to win, right? Yeah. They're gonna have to honor the fact that he donated some men. Yeah. And if they lose, he gets to say, I didn't participate in the rebellion. Don't come burn my castle down, British. Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that messed up?
This is true. This is true. I was just trying to see it from his point of view. But that is the point of view, isn't it? What a nice flag. Look at that. And there we are. End of episode 9. We are going to the scoring.
No, it's episode 8.
8, sorry, my bad, I misspoke. Thank you for correcting me. End of episode 8, going into the scoring section. Steaminess, plot, feminine power, costume, set, cringe. Alright, what do we have for steaminess?
I'll give it a 2 for that one
really
second
short scene,
where Jamie picked her up.
Yeah, he got shirtless. Nice to see some skin.
And it was like cute to see them like kissing and stuff, like being all lovey-dovey. Yeah. And he held a baby.
Oh my god. I mean, I wouldn't call that steamy, but that was
steamy
cute.
for me.
Okay.
That's so cute.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying when like a dude is
like nurturing?
True.
Yeah.
True. It's hot. Yep, true.
What did you give it?
Plot's fucking boring. Steaminess also 2.
Okay.
This plot was so boring. So boring.
Our plot was fun. We talked about vampires and mushrooms.
Such a long vampire conversation.
I don't think we really finished it, quite honestly.
To be continued. I want to give plot 0. Can I?
I'll give it a 1.
I'm gonna give it a 1.
There
1 to
is
5.
It's establishing, like, that Column's not going to support the rebellion. Yeah. The people don't want to. Like, the grandfather didn't want his name attached to it. Yeah. It gets Larry's back. So, speaking of Larry, I also did 1 for plot. Great. Feminine power. This is a kind of tricky one for feminine power this episode, because there's not really... It's not really strong. There wasn't really... I'll give it a 1 for Claire, like, making friends with the fortune teller. And, like, kind of plotting, but I don't like that. Really. Also, when she was trying to give Larry, like, the thank you, and, like, I don't know, she's trying to, like... I think Claire isn't a fool, and she doesn't completely fall for Larry's BS, because she doesn't know, you know, what's at with that. She doesn't... Same with you, she doesn't trust her, believe it, whatever. But she's not trying to be a total bitch. Yeah. What are you giving it? A 1. Alright. Costumes and set. It was nice to be back in Scotland, like to see the opening little montage of all the little bits of Scotland. That was pretty. Other than that, nothing. So it's a downgrade from France. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 1 just for those potatoes. Oh yeah. Cringe factor. Just the way the grandpa spoke, right? That was really it. Yeah. I'll give it a 2 for his... I give it a 1. Bigotry. So, a negative 1 and a negative 2. Oops. Total is 4. Definitely low on the scoring board for this episode. 3. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, and stay tuned for more.